And we are live tonight. So excited here on What the Show. It's not just the three of us here. We, of course, got AJ. It'll be here in just a second. And also very special guest that has taken a little time away from the show, but he's back, Mr. Geoff Alterman,
What? No, who is letting this jabroni on stream? Listen up. There's no reason that this guy should ever be on our stream. There is no reason that this guy should be on any stream ever. He should be banned from the internet. And there's no reason that anybody should ever want to.
Hello.
So
we have a Geoff.
Happened.
We have a Geoff, and Mike has left in protest. Just kidding. He's grabbing me a new marker. He'll be right back. But it worked for the bit. It worked for the bit.
We are back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second annual fictional character stream. Should be a good time tonight. We've got some good characters. We've got a great guest. Geoff is with us tonight. Even if my husband likes to call him a jabroni, he's a good egg, and we like him, a dear friend of What the Show. Before we get into the fun this evening, just a quick little shout out to our charity of the month. It's a new month, y'all. It is March, and as the resident woman on the show, hi everyone, happy Women's History Month. Woo, girl power. Unfortunately in the real world there is some real stuff going on in Ukraine, and obviously our hearts and thoughts and prayers and the force and whatever it is that you believe in go out to them. And so since it is Women's History Month and there is unfortunately some duress in Ukraine, we are going to be using the month of March. All of our Streamlabs, as usual, will be going to charity. And if this wasn't a fictional Schmoedown, is fictional character Schmoedown draft, I would be drafting the woman who gave sunflower seeds to the Russian army. I would draft her 5 times, and no one else but her, because she is the most badass person I think alive right now in this world. And she's great. But anyways, we're giving all of our money, Streamlabs donations this month to the Ukrainian Women's Fund. Anything that you can give would be great. Obviously, I know everyone has been thinking of Ukraine and everything that is going on there, and we should always be thinking of women because they're great and they gave birth to you. So anyways, basically it is women helping women, and especially right now, they need all the help that they can get. So again, every little bit counts, and with that, now we can stop thinking of depressing stuff and have some fun. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so the Schmoedown faction draft of fictional characters. This is like, it's fantasy football, but it's like Final Fantasy football. What if you could draft Cloud into your fantasy football team? That's kind of what we're doing here tonight. Now, in the new Schmoedown rules, are going to be five characters per faction. So we are going to be doing 5 characters ourselves. The general rules of this, basically it's any fictional character. They have to be fictional. You can't say, well, I'm going to go ahead and draft James Holzhauer because he hasn't been portrayed yet in fiction. Now, if somebody is a real life character that has been portrayed in fiction, then they are eligible for the draft. You cannot pick John Gotti. However, you can pick John Travolta playing John Gotti.
It's the important rules.
That is eligible.
So it's a very serious thing we're doing tonight, y'all. So there are very serious rules.
We definitely have rules that are in place, and
we keep making them up as we go along too.
Yeah, pretty much. So with that, there's going to be 5 rounds to the finish. Any explanation?
Unfortunately, no.
He's real.
Yeah, no. However, do we have the other Geoff Alterman headshot ready? That man is eligible for the draft. Bring it back in.
Yeah. That's
that's
my first pick.
Have you ever sang your song for Geoff?
I haven't.
Oh, maybe by the end of tonight we'll sing you our song that we sing sometimes about you, Geoff.
So, see,
literally for like
you sing about me? I don't think about you at all.
For like 2 months now, we have been singing this song. Mike started it, and then it gets in my head. And I think it's very weird that for 2 months we sang a song about you, and you have no idea.
We've never even put it up. It was before New Year's when we came up with it.
It's been like a couple months now.
I believe I saw it in the chat of Jeff's other stream tonight. By the way, guys, if we don't know Geoff, Geoff, let him know where you come from. Where do you go?
I come from. I'm from Philly. Yeah. No, I channel is Show Me the Money. You can go subscribe to that. Twitter is Schmo Me Money. You can go check that out on that channel. We sometimes talk Schmoedown, sometimes don't. Sometimes we just don't even bother to put anything up because that takes too much effort. So if you want aggressively middle of the road content, ours is a little less polished than that. So you can definitely go and subscribe for that.
I mean, if they want aggressively middle of the road content, they probably come here.
It's true.
I aspire.
So, quick thing before we get started with the draft. Think about season 9 and how they would work with character promos, how your people would work together in a faction, storylines, that kind of thing, and of course, if they would be good at trivia. Think about if these people would be submitting audition videos, which you still can be doing all year long, to the movie Trivia Schmoedown. We're going to be doing a snake draft. It's going to be starting since last year when we did this. Our draft order was Justin, then Mike, then Bethany, then me. And somehow I'm the commissioner of this draft.
Yeah.
We're going in reverse order, and we're adding in Geoff. So it's going to be me, then Geoff, then Bethany, then Mike, then Justin. Now, before we boo the commissioner, any questions?
Boo.
Okay.
No, I feel good. I
have many questions, but I don't think there are any answers to those questions. So
let's hear one. Let's hear one.
Can I pick the girl that identifies as a Ninja Turtle?
Yes,
absolutely.
Perfect.
I have a question. So when Jay-Z says he has 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one, what do you think any of those other problems actually are?
Tax.
His half wig is definitely one of them. I 100% believe in the half wig conspiracy, just so everyone knows.
And also that he didn't get to play at the Super Bowl halftime show this year. So let's get started with.
He's not from LA. It was all LA based people. Yes. That's why. It wasn't anything.
So with the first
Andy Minum.
The first pick of the What the Show movie trivia Schmoedown fantasy draft of fictional characters is Jim Carrey's Riddler. Yes, this is going to be Jim Carrey's Riddler. Now, hear me out on this one. He has all of pop culture downloaded directly into his brain. Trivia knowledge, it's there. Now, here's the other thing. If you have somebody of that knowledge base, cool. Does he have a personality? Hell yeah, he's got a personality. Somebody that can drive a normal man, just absolutely insane. Think about when Dan Murrell played Andrew Guy, and his theatrics made that a lifelong feud for like 2 years. We are going to imagine those theatrics from the Riddler in Batman Forever. Anybody that I defy you to talk about any other fictional character that would win a match against Dan Murrell that would drive him as insane as Jim Carrey drove Tommy Lee Jones insane back in the day. It's the ultimate character. It's what season 9, the reboot of the Schmoedown, needs.
I like it. All right, Jabroni, you're up.
Yeah, hit us.
All right. So my first
like to hit
draft pick for fictional characters is and stop me if you've heard this before. God, Morgan Freeman and Bruce Almighty.
I've not heard of God, but I think, you know what? If there's anyone that could be good at trivia, it's the man that created everything.
Okay.
I like it.
I think that it pretty much speaks for itself. We don't have to worry about people trying to get Josh Robert Thompson on in order to make impressions. Why not just get the real guy there? But he also happens to be all-knowing, and he'll know the answer to anything. But he's also, even though he doesn't necessarily have a character about him the way so many other people might need to assert, I think that with a few, of his little powers that he has in his back pocket, he can make any time that he's on screen entertaining.
Okay, but there's some time that he's not. Things fall outside of the vision of God. We're not going to get into that right now, but we would hope it's pop culture.
Hey, it's Ash Wednesday.
We would hope. But remember,
he would
how many
only
people have won an Oscar and said, "I'd like to thank God"? So,
yeah, you know what? He's only getting Oscar questions.
Nice.
Maybe some other stuff.
He was famous in all Oscar speeches. So
he would specifically be relegated to who thanked you when they won an Oscar in 2017 in this category.
He would definitely know that KJ Apa played Jeremy Camp in that one Christian rock movie.
I still believe.
No, he wouldn't. You would not.
I still believe.
All right.
I believe it's Britt Marling who's with him. No.
Sorry. I took a little. We're gonna keep breezing through this.
We're going to keep breezing through this. We've got 5 rounds, lots of good characters to get through.
You're next.
I'm on the clock. I just want to take this brief moment to, just really talk about my displeasure with my team last year, the WB Grandpas. It was a little bit on me. I'm not going to lie. I could have managed them better. And if I'm going to be honest, Dawson Leary really let me down. All he did was cry. He did answer some Spielberg questions correctly, but mostly he cried. So my team just let me down. And this year I decided, last year I was really focused on who would be able to answer trivia questions. But you know what? As we've learned, as AJ brought up so beautifully last year, as Ben Bateman taught us, you can do anything in 60 days. So, I can really whip this team into shape, I think. I just need them to be able to be, good team players, good under pressure, be able to cut a promo. That's what I'm looking for this year. I'm looking for entertainment. I'm not looking for trivia knowledge. Because last year my team just really let me down. So anyways, we're rebranding this year as the Badass Boss Bitches. And since I did steal my new team name from Ted Lasso, I felt it most appropriate to first draft the most badass boss bitch from that show, which is Rebecca Welton. If she can, basically manage a Premier League football team club, she can really do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and draft that badass boss bitch first and foremost. And will my entire team be made out of women from TV shows? Maybe. Is that weird when it's a trivia about movies? Also, maybe. Do I care? No. Mike, you're on the clock.
Juice. I got the pick before you. Bite like an eagle. Johnny motherfucking Lawrence.
I mean, great pick. Quality pick.
Send it
to the internet. Hash brown it.
Hash brown it to the internet.
You had to.
Quality pick.
You can't go wrong with him.
He knows every 80s movie ever.
He does. He knows a lot about the 80s. I think he'd be great.
He'll get every 5-pointer about Iron Eagle.
Yep.
Because that's the thing. All the movies he knows are 5-pointers because they're so obscure. So
I can't, Maddie.
Yep.
He probably would get 3 questions right in round 1, and then he would just take round 3 all the way to the end.
Could you imagine if Johnny Lawrence got a best of the best question? It would be as bad as Makuga was during the opening night of the season.
Oh man.
As awesome, as rad.
Right.
Maybe more kicks.
Everyone else go home. I've got this. Juice.
All right.
Hit us with your pick.
Juice is going to get back to back.
Yeah,
I had this ready just in case Mike did what he did. And so I have to keep it in the Cobra Kai family and draft the nerd of nerds. Stingray.
Isn't that dude that deleted his own Twitter account recently?
No, this is a fictional character.
This is a fictional character.
Jeff. I don't know anything about that.
You're right.
I'm Johnny Lawrence when it comes to it. But he is the ultimate nerd. He's the guy that's, is really a 90s kid, but like loves the 80s and went back and watched everything. And so he's got just he would be actually better than Johnny because he's more up to date on what's coming out currently and is also in love with the 80s. So he'd be a great pick. He's a nerd. I mean, look at him. That's a nerd. That's it. That's kind of the theme of I think we're going with the nerds on this. I'll come up with a more clever name, but we're going nerds.
So it's Snake Draft. Who do you got next?
Oh yeah. That's correct. So going with another favorite of mine, another favorite character that is in a ninja-oriented film. He is none other than the nerd of the group, Donatello. From the 90s Turtles movies. He's the one that's got all the brains. He's the one that would put his mind to the trivia. All they do down there in the sewers is watch movies. And he's the one that's the smartest of the four. So he'd be the best at trivia. He would, just give him like a few months and he'd probably take a singles belt pretty easily. So
very nice.
That's what I've got.
Well, there's only one word that I need to yell about my next character, and that's yeehaw!
I love it.
Rancher Dwayne Robertson.
Yes, Dwayne. We love Dwayne. We stand Dwayne.
Just
on this
quick
podcast.
pause. This is the most outrageous pick we're gonna have on tonight's draft. Second pick. Go ahead.
Wow, so quality. Am I up to bat?
Yeah, you're up.
So
you got nothing else, Mike?
That's the only one. That's it.
Can you clarify who that is, please, for me?
It's Dwayne Robertson from Mighty Ducks 2.
Why would how do you not know who Dwayne Robertson is?
I've only ever watched the first Mighty Ducks. I only saw it for the first time last year.
Can we schedule a watch along like right now for Mighty Ducks 2 with Jeff?
I've seen the best Mighty Ducks.
Jeff,
sorry,
you bitch.
I'm sorry.
Quit show, you bitch.
Oh my gosh, Jeff, we're right now. You heard it here first, folks. We're gonna do a watch along with Jeff on the Mighty Ducks 2. All right, I'm up to bat here. So Schmoedown is made of many divisions. Although Star Wars is going to take a little bit of a back burner this year, I do still think it's a place that's always fun to watch and a place you can pick up some points. And you know what I'm really tired of in the Star Wars division? People that know everything. I'm tired of perfect rounds. I'm tired of people being great. I want someone to come in there and know jack shit about it. So I'm going to go ahead and draft Lucille Bluth.
Yes.
Who doesn't even know that it's called Star Wars. She thinks it's called Star Wars. And she's great. And she could cut a promo and everyone would be terrified of her. And she's literally a living legend. So
R.I.P. Jessica Walter.
Yes. What a character, though. I love Lucille Bluth so much.
Oh my god.
And how she became Archer's mom and basically was the exact same character. Perfect.
Great. Honestly.
Beautiful.
Incredible choice.
Go see a Star Wars. Oh my god. What a legend.
The best. All right. So I think that one here was it's a pretty solid choice. I think at least one of you will be pretty supportive of this, because as far as I know, when it comes to the Schmoedown and trivia is there ain't no rule says a dog can't play movie trivia. I'm gonna go Airbud.
Airbud.
Yes, Airbud. Jeff, you're great at this. We should have you on this every year.
Now, will there be a fake paw that claws in the whiteboard?
Because the buzzer round.
Don't we have two more?
Here's the thing. Here's what we know about him. All right, he can play basketball. He can play football and get clotheslined and be fine. He can play soccer. He can play baseball. We know because of the series that he has all these children. So we know he definitely fucks. So we know that he can do literally anything that he sets his mind to. And I think that movie trivia is on the horizon.
Oh, I'm wow. So I'm thinking about how like your team would do a promo together.
Maybe
Morgan Freeman
He'd
is
figure it
God
out.
and
He'd
Air
figure it
Bud.
out.
Because Air Bud is an angel that died after the first movie. We all know this.
We all know this. We know this.
We all know this. We do all
And I'm
know
thinking-
this, sadly.
And I'm thinking now about how my team would work, like for like a teams match. So I have Jim Carrey's Riddler, and my second pick in the fictional character draft is somebody who knows the league, somebody who knows how the movie trivia Schmoedown works.
Mhm.
That is Video Drew.
Love
Video
it.
Drew. Ladies
I
and
thought
gentlemen,
of that, but
is a
Second year in a
fictional-
row, AJ has
Kept
done
her.
this.
She was my 5th round draft pick last year.
Oh, she's
I
moved out.
figured you guys might remember that. And I just figured, you know what? Who better to cut a promo with Jim Carrey in the 90s Riddler than Miss Video Drew herself? Especially if it's against Dan Merle and whoever his new teammate may be. My God.
Let's face it, Air Bud would definitely be Jacob Whitney, but I just want that to be clear.
Yes.
he's a nice person, by the way. I just want to make sure
Jacob-
that we definitely
we love Jacob.
Oh, we love
Speak for yourself. This show is sponsored by Jesse Swift and Jesse Swift alone. Just kidding, Jacob. You're all right, I guess.
So that means I'm starting off our 3rd round.
Yeah.
So my 3rd round
We're
is
whizzing through.
it's going to be something that we haven't seen in the movie trivia Schmoedown in a long time, and that is a player manager.
Mm.
It's something we haven't seen since the advent of factions, right?
You're gonna say frats.
So
Also,
no.
frats.
So it's somebody who can teach their team techniques, who can send them out to learn other places, but also take it in their hands themselves. And that is none other than James Remar's Raiden from Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
We love James Remar's Raiden.
James
best
Remar.
Raiden.
That is Hollywood's legend, James Remar.
James
I think that he could cut a better
We enjoyed him
promo.
so much in Too Fast, Too Furious the other day. Legend.
Well, here's the other thing. He is the manager of that squad, and I think that those 3 cutting promos together, there'd be nothing else.
Yeah.
Jeff, what do you think about of James Remar cutting promos?
I think that he could probably do a good job. I mean, he's also like Dexter's adoptive dad.
He
So
is.
he
He
could
is.
definitely do that.
Yeah. I'm glad you think that, because we spoke to James Remar, and he had some words for you.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey, Geoff. James Remar here. Lord Raiden from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Hey, pal, I am told that this is from, What the Show? And that you're a jabroni? Okay, man. Well, you got to put down the appletini, because the best Raiden said you got to do that, pal, because it is not weak to value life. You know, Shao Kahn and all those jerk-offs out there in Outworld, you know, you don't want nothing to do with those guys. So you're a jabroni. You got to put down the appletini. And What the Show says you only watch a movie once in a calendar year because it's letterboxed. I don't understand any of that. But you know what? I'm coming to you from one of my favorite places in the world. It's Griffith Park here in Los Angeles, near Hollywood. And that's where I live. I work here too. All right, Geoff, you take care, pal. And, I guess your buddies love you over at What the Show, and I don't even know what a jabroni is. And, and Lord Raiden should know everything, because he's the god of thunder. All right, from the best Lord Raiden, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, James Remar saying, Geoff, so long, pal. Put down the appletini.
Thank you, James. I'd say he can cut a good promo. I think that proves it.
Dude, I'm too high for this.
Listen.
Put down the appletini, you jabroni.
Yeah.
If you think you're too high for this, if you think that like James Remar will say anything that you want him to for $60 worth of weed money, you're kind
Sure
of
as hell will. I also really love when he says, "I'm in Griffith Observatory," and then he's like, "In Hollywood, where I live and also work." That's the weirdest. That's my favorite
He's
part.
Hollywood's James Remar.
He sure is. Best rated.
This is where we tell you that you have 60 days to play him in the Fast and the Furious.
Honestly, the best money that I think AJ and Mike have ever spent.
We've been sitting on that for like a little over a week now. Just giddy about it.
We've watched that video one too many times.
We were wasted the night.
I'm going to put it on the Twitter for everybody.
I still think it's fantastic.
No.
10 out of 10.
How many people have you already circulated this to beforehand?
Half the Schmoedown seen it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude.
Yeah, a good chunk of people have seen it. This one can't. He just had to share that. The entirety of last week when we were doing the watch along of Too Fast, Too Furious, and we just kept talking about James Remar. It was great. I was just like, oh, can't wait till next week.
Were you planning when you asked me to join the Too Fast, Too Furious watch along?
We were going to get you with that.
Yeah.
But we did not know when we invited you to this that James Remar was going to. Like, here's the thing, Jeff. John Lovitz was too expensive.
It's true.
John Lovitz has a cameo?
He sure does.
He sure does.
$150.
Yeah. And I was like, who else we got?
I mean,
James
He's
Remar.
the critic, of course.
Yeah, but James Remar will say whatever you want him to for the retail price of a Nintendo Switch game. And I want to believe,
even if he doesn't know what any of it means.
I want to believe that he is playing Mario Golf right now in our honor.
When he's not living and working in Hollywood. Yeah. Oh, James Remar.
Jeff, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're the next pick.
Good luck following that.
Do you have a clip?
Well, hold on. Wait. You had James Remar. Who else did you cast? Who else did you choose?
So I had Video Drew.
Video Drew, that's right. Okay. How the fuck am I supposed to follow that up?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone else go home. It's over. The best rated. He did his video.
Yeah, this was the whole point. We did the bit.
I know.
Show's over.
Yep.
We've been debating all week. When was the right time to drop it on you in the show?
Yeah, we were all gonna get in early to discuss it, but you were the first one in the StreamYard, so we couldn't do a pre-show discussion about it.
We came up with AJ. AJ had a good. I liked AJ's lead-in with and so that's what we went with.
I applaud you for this.
Aw, Maddie.
But it's because my arms are too heavy. I'm just
weak.
Should we sing his song?
Oh, you want to hear the song?
Okay, so this goes to the tune of what is that? The I'm a Banana, which I didn't know about that song until Mike showed me it.
I don't know what that is.
And so,
I'm a banana.
It's an older person internet meme, I think. But anyways, there's this thing. It's you send it to the internet. It basically goes, "I'm a banana, I'm a banana," and then what does he say? Look at me move. Look at me move.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I remember this now. Yep.
So one day, Mike randomly changed the lyrics to "I'm a jabroni," And so then we just go,
I knew where that was going.
I'm a jabroni. I'm a jabroni. Geoff Alterman. Jabroni power.
Jabroni power. Jabroni power. Movies once a year.
And we sing it to each other all the time. So just so you know, Geoff, you're in our thoughts often. It's a real bop. It's real catchy. And yeah, one day he just started singing it, and I was like, "Oh my god, stop! You're so annoying!" And then I jumped right in.
Stuck in her head.
Got stuck in my head. I've been singing ever since.
But Geoff, what is your pick?
But Geoff, we're dying to know what is your pick. And the third round.
God, I'm just trying to figure out how to like properly segue into it for this one.
Get back on track, yeah.
All right, well. So I drafted Air Bud because I think that he would be a great team mascot and also just someone who can really be he's a multi-division player essentially because he could do anything. We have God, who's basically the team captain, but I think that God would also be a really great teammate, and who better to pair up God with than Satan? That's right. I'm talking about Dave Grohl and Tenacious D picking.
Yes. Yes, I love it.
Satan pick.
I like it. I'm here for it. God, Satan. What a great team that would be.
Entertaining. He has the entertainment down pat. So I think that when he's with God, as even though God might have that soothing Morgan Freeman voice, if this is a game show where shit's just supposed to happen at any moment, you need someone wild to kind of offset that soothing feel that you get from Morgan Freeman, and that's going to come from Dave Grohl as Satan. That's it.
Dave Grohl as Satan.
Dave Grohl Satan in Tenacious D, pick of destiny.
I dig it.
I'm still listening, but I do need to use the restroom.
It was a great
pick. Great pick.
So you're up.
I'm just about here. Okay, so with the third overall pick, the Badass Boss Bitches will be going with one of my favorite Badass Boss Bitches, and that's Miss Tammy Taylor, y'all, from Friday Night Lights. Again, does she know much about movie trivia? Probably not. But if she can deal with, booster moms and, PTA parents and being a guidance counselor in a small town in Texas and being the coach's wife in a small town in Texas where all they care about is high school football, then she can handle anything. And she'll do it with grace and class and while wearing cowboy boots and saying y'all a lot. And I think she'd just be a great member to the team. So welcome, Tammy Taylor, to the Badass Boss Bitches. Mike, you're up to bat.
All right. So I've got Johnny Lawrence and I've got Dwayne Robertson. So I think I'm going to stick with the athlete motive, and I'm going to go with one of the stars of the acclaimed hit Black Hammer, White Lightning, Willie Mays Hayes from Major League.
I'm into it. I like that. That's a good pick.
And his trailer with Jesse the Body Ventura is still quite possibly my favorite movie trailer of all time. And according to Bob Uecker, the film was in focus.
Is Jeff's face as red as his shirt? I don't know. Maybe. He's had a good night. He's had some fun. I think he's really happy he came on the show tonight. We did sing him a song, and he may have gotten a special message. Juice, you're up to bat.
Yes.
Twice.
So
we will show the video again at the end.
Oh yeah.
Also, Geoff, it's on Twitter now, apparently.
It is on Twitter.
We didn't get your reaction, but
I got tagged. I know it's on Twitter.
Nice.
You're going to get so many messages.
Solange, we know we love you, Jeff, and you're a dear friend.
I gotta say, I think you're lying. On both counts.
Listen, we're only going to do this maybe once or twice more this year.
Yeah. Juice, your pick?
All right, so my third pick. So I'm rebranding. I'm taking a step back from the nerds, I'm going to bring in somebody that brings a little coolness to the group. Everyone is pretty nerdy, but you need that one guy that can just bring a level of cool. You know, most of the people on my squad are ninjas, so they'll be able to defend themselves from bullies. But you still need that one guy that can guide them in the right direction, basically be the manager. And I can think of nobody better than Wayne
Campbell
of Wayne's World.
Wayne Campbell.
I respect it.
He'd be the ultimate hype man.
Please tell me your next pick is Garth.
Get everyone. It's not, but you get Garth by association.
Oh, okay,
so Garth will be it'll be like Jacob Whitnaven with the juice. It'll be like Wayne and Garth. You just get him.
So Wayne's going to get drafted, and Garth's the one who's of value.
Got you.
Right. Wayne's the face, but secretly Garth is doing all of the actual stuff. Yeah. So it's really drafting Wayne to get Garth. And then I needed to go a little off the wall for my next pick and just get a database mind tank. Just someone that is just, so smart and also such an insane nerd. I'm picking Douglas Pembroke from the first season of Charles in Charge. He's the kid on the right, if you couldn't tell.
Wouldn't be Juice without an obscure Charles in Charge reference. Douglas Pembroke?
This kid is such a nerd, his family got canceled, and they brought in a whole new family the next season. That's how much of a nerd this kid was. He'd be perfect.
This is actually the reason we invited you all here today.
Was an intervention for Juice's love for Charles in Charge?
Yes.
My favorite part is Jeff's reaction is just, I'm too high for this.
I told Mike earlier, I said, hey, I just popped this capsule here. Do you think it'll be fine for the show? And he's like, oh, I think it'll make it better.
And did it make it better for you?
I don't know if it made it better for me. I'm assuming it made it better for you.
About the same.
Oh, man.
Cheers. Mike, your next pick.
Oh, I'm up. Okay. So I'm going to keep going with my idea that I'm going with all sports stars. But the Raiden did say after TV 3 times.
Yep, that's accurate.
He also said jabroni 5 and he didn't know what it means.
No.
One of those times was just him saying, I don't know what it means.
Oh, God. All right. Back to where I was going. Ooh.
We're going to do it, guys. We're going to finish this draft.
All right. So
it's a very important draft.
We need somebody with the skin texture of a hot dog who is sunburnt beyond belief. And that, of course, is Rip from No Holds Barred. Hulk Hogan as Rip in No Holds Barred. I almost took Zeus, but
I don't even know what any of those words meant.
Oh, who thinks Bethany should drunk review No Holds Barred?
Wait, I think there's that or so what did I? Oh, the Pam Anderson thing. From
Barbed Wire, because we were watching Pam and Tommy, and she's never seen Barbed Wire.
That's a movie, and I feel like I need.
Pam and Tommy is great.
It actually is really great.
It's funny watching them be like, "Oh my God, Barbed Wire is going to be the greatest thing ever," and now we know.
I can almost do the mental gymnastics for this because was it the 4th round last year of the draft, not including free
there he is.
That Kaiser drafted Jericho. It's the 4th round.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Did you just say the skin texture of a hot dog?
It's an Always Sunny reference.
And of course,
honestly, have you been listening to the It's Always Sunny podcast?
I've heard some of it, not all of it, but
you should. I've been rewatching episodes following along with it since it's been great. They only talk about the show for about 5 minutes, and the next 45 minutes is nothing.
That sounds a lot like a show I'm
Podcast The Ride.
I was going to say us, but also Podcast The Ride is fair. Hey, we're kind of staying on topic tonight. Speaking of, I'm next. My fourth pick. So you have to think about things like teams, and while obviously I dropped Lucille Bluth to mostly focus on Star Wars, I think she'd also be a really great team player. And if there's one person that I would like to see on a team with Lucille Bluth, that would be the one and only Emily Gilmore. There's nothing better than two rich white ladies who are a little narcissistic and terrible mothers, and would just be great on a team together. And they probably wouldn't answer any trivia, but again, they would think everyone is a maid and boss everyone around, and it would be really entertaining.
It's your pick. But I feel like Lucille Bluth would be too much like Lorelai's mom.
That's the point, AJ. They're supposed to. They're similar. That's the point.
Yeah. It's
also, I couldn't pick Lorelai because I picked her last year, and I determined I was going to pick a all new draft. And I love Emily Gilmore.
Oh wait,
I've never seen Gilmore Girls. I've only watched Marvelous Mrs. Maisel as far as the Palladino.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is great. I would also pick the mom from that, Rose Weissman.
Rose, because she seems to be the most knowledgeable. Yeah, you definitely don't want to pick any of the other parents. They seem to not know what half the things are going on around them.
That's, accurate. That is accurate.
All right.
Geoff, you're up.
My turn. All right. Well, between there being God and the devil and a dog that could do literally anything it sets its heart out to, I feel like the devil is too grungy to really bring that sort of bro energy that I like from something like the Wildberries. Someone who I feel might also have an in with Hollywood where they might have that extra bit of knowledge that can get them over the top in certain questions that they might have, certain categories. So with that, I'm going to go with Neil Patrick Harris playing himself in the Harold and Kumar movies.
That's a fantastic choice.
That's a great pick. Geoff. There are many reasons I'm glad that we brought you on the show tonight. The main one is so we could drop that James Remar cameo. But also, you're great at drafting fictional characters to play in Schmoedown. So kudos, sir.
Did PR approve Neil Patrick Harris?
Hold on, let me send them an email so they can get back to me in 2 weeks.
Send them emails, please.
Please send them on.
If you have any question, no matter how innocuous it may be, about prior content that had less than 100 views, maybe a year and a half ago, just make sure that they're informed so they can do their job.
These are the important things.
Further notes on NPH in the Schmoedown? Geoff?
Nope. Sorry. I already zoned out. Nope. So that's it.
I've got to do my 4 and 5 here.
Big picks.
My number 4 pick is it's everybody thinks when you're going to go Scream, you're going to go Randy Meeks.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're going to be somebody who's a Randy Meeks stand-in in one of the sequels. No, I'm going to go with somebody who Randy Meeks corrected but did so incorrectly, and that is film critic number 1, played by Joshua Jackson in Scream 2. And do you know what he did in Scream 2? After he was corrected and went back and studied the film, he studied the film, and 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 he studied the film. Joshua Jackson has had over 20 years of hardcore studying in a basement. He has ruined his life for this. He probably weighs like 50 pounds more than I do, like the fictional character, But he's devoted his life to that moment. But he's also stayed alive. He didn't get murdered. Like Randy Meeks got murdered basically because he was wrong, right?
True.
So, my pick is Joshua Jackson's film student number 1 in Scream 2.
I mean, Joshua Jackson is always welcome in any pick, so I like.
He's
it.
also a Mighty Duck. He's also
a Mighty Duck. Conway 96.
Yes. And then
the best forehead kisser in the business, Pacey Witter. I would go to Pacey Con every year if it was a real thing.
And my number 5 pick, because I don't know. Let's recap this. Number 1, I have Jim Carrey's Riddler. Number 2, I have Video Drew. Number 3, I have Hollywood's James Remar as Raiden, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Number 4, I have Film Critic number 1. I don't need anything else.
That's a perfect team.
I'm going to take Patricia Arquette and Stigmata.
Okay.
I don't know what any of those words meant. I mean, I know who Patricia Arquette is, but I don't know
what Stigmata is.
You don't know what Stigmata is?
I said I do know what Stigmata is.
Okay. You've seen Stigmata? Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it. I just
does she have a name or is she just Patricia Arquette?
I don't know. I just
Her
made this up. Her
character's name is Frankie Page.
Frankie Page. Okay.
I chose this because AJ grew up in a religious movie, somehow finds out in the middle of the night, and it was an awakening for him. So that's my 5th pick.
I like it, I think.
Also, she kind of becomes God, but she's hot, but she's also like possessed by a demon. And like Gabriel Byrne does a priest thing. It's kind of a wild movie. Everybody go watch Stigmata. It should be a drunk review on this channel.
Don't tell me.
I want to see her go against Jeff's faction and play God and the Devil.
No.
That's your first match right there.
So Patricia Arquette in Stigmata could play God and the Devil at the same time. And that's kind of why I didn't pick the South Park Devil, because like she'll be a little bit better at Festival of Darlings, because this movie is weird. It's like if you want like South Park bigger, longer, and uncut meets Titan, it's Stigmata. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, Jeff, with your final pick, your 5th and final pick.
Drop a cameo from Patricia Arquette.
I know that went on so long
good.
For a hot second. I thought Patricia Arquette was about to come on and call you a jabroni.
For the rest of your life, that is a risk.
You're never going to go on a stream and be like, oh crap.
This is going to become an expensive bit. If every time we bring you on the show, we have to pay for someone to call you a jabroni.
By the way, William Harold, friend of the show, Stigmata is on HBO Max.
Oh, wow.
Well, if it's on a streaming service, I can certainly drunk review it.
Mm-hmm. Jeff has to watch Mighty Ducks 2.
Yes.
And 3.
But don't know who Dwayne Robertson is.
All right. So for my final pick to round out my group, I'm going back and forth between, do I want someone who's incredibly brainy, that has all the answers, that's incredibly smart, that should know everything? Or do I want someone who's going to cause complete and utter chaos? And I'm going seriously, because I'm telling you now, these 2 picks that I have in mind couldn't be more the opposite of alike. I couldn't.
Jeff, you get 2. You get 2 for everything we did.
Well, we'll give you 2.
We called you a jabroni many times tonight.
So did James Remar.
I'm going to stick to the 5 because I'm going to stick to the 5. Don't worry. I'm going to go with Gabriel from Malignant.
I don't understand either of these references so far. So.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Gabriel Malignant needs to be a drunk review from Bethany.
Malignant.
That's for fucking sure.
There's a lot of drunk reviews.
We've got a bunch, and we're going to be drinking a lot.
Wait. Has anybody else on the stream besides me and Jeff seen Malignant?
I've seen it.
Okay.
I own Malignant.
I have not seen it.
Okay, so
I gotta
Mike and
say,
Bethany. Okay.
Yeah, you guys both gotta watch it. I gotta say, I recall, I think I did a donation or whatever, and it would have been for a drunk review at some point, and I don't remember and I never submitted, so I am going to make it Malignant. Unless
that's fair.
That's fair.
You know what I'm going to do, Jeff?
Mike will love this movie.
Not only am I going to watch it, but I'm going to watch it twice in a calendar year because I can.
Yeah,
Bethany, I bet you will not. Mike, this is going to be your favorite thing in the world.
Am I going to hate this?
I'm excited.
Probably. Am I probably going to hate
this?
Not Malignant. I'm okay. I'm feeling very out of the loop, but I will watch it.
I personally, for the sake of the zeitgeist, even though it's just passed, I would say add to the Malignant conversation first. But AJ did make his request first. That's all I wanted to say. But Gabriel from Malignant.
I forgot what I requested. It's fine.
Stigmata.
Oh yeah. Well, listen. Stigmata is kind of like a horny version of Malignant, but also just it lives inside of you.
I don't think any movie is like anything like Malignant.
No.
No, I mean, like there are things you can compare to, but
what is Malignant about?
Jeff, have you seen?
No,
you haven't.
Don't look it
Jeff,
up.
you haven't
Don't
seen Stigmata. You haven't seen Stigmata.
Okay.
It's kind of like it, but
here's
in
what
a
I'll
very
say.
different way. It all lives inside you.
Bethany, I would say you can watch the trailer to Malignant, but it's fine. It doesn't actually tell you what's happening in the movie.
Okay. Heard that.
Mike, Juice, have you seen Stigmata?
No. I've never even heard of it. Yeah.
I need an overlap of people who've seen these two movies who can also just
It's just you, I think, Adrian.
Okay.
I'm intrigued with it.
Who is picking next?
I mean, soon it will be me and Mike because we'll have to drunk review them. But with my fifth pick here, I'm going with maybe one of my favorite characters from television of all time. Definitely fits the badass boss bitch, insignia. She is one. Again, what she knows about movie trivia, not sure. Probably not a lot. She has a very busy, stressful job. She doesn't have a lot of time to be partaking in pop culture. But if there's one thing she is good at, again, it's being very good under pressure, about fielding questions. She's very good at fielding questions. She makes a great speech, a great rousing speech when she needs to. And she's also very good about learning things very quickly when she needs to, very complicated things that she might have to tell an entire press room and explain to an entire press room. And that is, of course, CJ Craig, the one and only, one of the greatest television characters of all time. She would definitely be great. Allison Janney is always welcome in anything ever. And that is my team. Thank you. With that, I bid you all adieu.
Bethany, one question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Veep?
Have I seen Veep? No, but I've heard very good things about it.
Okay, I thought you were doing. I thought you were doing Veep, but that's why I asked.
No, I was not doing Veep. I've never seen the show. I know what it is about, but I have never seen it.
The build-up is very different if you're expecting Veep. That's all I will say.
Heard that.
If you ever watch Veep, if you ever do, I hope you reflect on this moment.
I will. Reflect on. I will think of you, and I will get back to you about it. I probably should watch Veep at some point. Everyone always says very good things about it.
It's very good.
I don't recommend it to everybody, but I would recommend it to you.
That's such an interest. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. What my friends ever? I'd recommend it to you.
I would not recommend Stigmata or Malignant to you unless we were like making you do a thing for a bit. But this is a thing I think you would like. Mike.
Yeah. So I have one more pick, and I feel like there's only one name that can properly round out my team with Johnny Lawrence, Dwayne Robertson, Willie Mays, Hayes, and Rip. And there's no way I can't add Ricky fucking Bobby to my team.
Oh, God.
He understands the brilliance of Highlander. That's all I need. That's all I need right now. It won the Academy Award for greatest movie ever made. So, yeah. Ricky Bobby, hands down, that is my team. Johnny Lawrence, Dwayne Robertson, Willie Mays Hayes, Rip, and Ricky Bobby. I have a team that is unstoppable.
I'm not mad at that team. That's a good team.
All right, so for my last pick, this is kind of a go big or go home one. This is a make or break the faction. And I got to be honest, I don't really know if this guy knows anything about movie trivia, but he definitely looks like he does. And I have to go with no one else other than Fester from Three Ninjas, one of the kidnapping guys in the middle there that kidnaps, that attempts to kidnap the kids. I mean, he knows his stuff. He knows it. He's great. When they kidnap the kids, he's very nice about it. They're eating pizza, because they pretend to be pizza delivery people, and they break into the house, and they're sitting there eating pizza before they go up to the upstairs and rob the kids, and they're like, "Oh man, it's some great pizza. Oh, we should save some of the za for the kids we're napping." And I don't know what any of that has to do with movie trivia, but he's a nice guy, and
it's important.
He's got his criminal past. He can use that. Cheat or something. I don't know to win. I'm gonna partner him up with Wayne, and that's just gonna be a very mullety, cool bro, nerdy. Do the whole thing.
I think they could take the Real Rejects.
I
think anyone could take the Real Rejects.
I think they're the Real Rejects as they should be.
Except a rap battle. I don't know.
But with that, I guess I could start us off with I officially have a faction name.
Okay.
And I have a faction image that I created real quick here together.
I'm excited. I did not prepare an image, so I feel like a failure already.
I have Stingray and Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to be forming the team known as Turtle Kai.
Ooh, I like that.
Wayne and Fester, I don't know, they'll be a team. I don't know, criminals, or something. I don't know. They'll be they'll do something. And then I have Douglas Pembroke as my Star Wars and Inner Geekdom player, and together they'll become Ninja Pizza Party. My faction.
This is pretty good at coming up with names for things. Or shall I say Sensei Juice?
Thank you. That's all I got.
Where's the image?
Did it not show up?
He definitely showed it.
There it is.
There it is.
I saw it.
I don't know what that's weird.
And did you see it, or was it just like a
No, I saw it, and I have your stream here, and it came up that first time too on my second
Everybody
month.
saw it but you.
Oh, was it just me? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I looked down at just
pretty
the
sure
wrong
you're looking
moment.
at the same computer as Mike.
Did you see it the first time?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
All right, apparently we just started paying attention. I'm sorry.
Mike embodying the spirit of our audience.
It's facts.
All right, Mike, hit us with what's your team name?
Oh, it's got to be Send It to the Internet. That's got to be my team name with our team captain, and 100% Send It to the Internet. My team would have to be Ricky Bobby and Dwayne Robertson would be just unstoppable. And what I love about Dwayne is if he gets mad, he can just lasso somebody. Yeah, exactly. So if somebody is on the other team just lassos them, pulls them over, they can't get to their whiteboard, so he's gonna win. So yeah, so Dwayne and Ricky Bobby, Team Highlander, because it's the greatest movie ever made. And Johnny Lawrence is just gonna be there with make sure he's stocked up with his banquets and.
Obviously, after every victory, you have to pop open a cold banquet. Oh, quick aside. Mike's dear friend and the best man at our wedding, Kyle, was on for a visit. He has never seen Cobra Kai. We still have some Coors Banquets in our fridge. So the other night we tried to get him to drink one, and he's like, "I'm not Coors Banquet." And I was like, "Don't be a pussy. Drink the banquet." And he doesn't, of course, get the reference. And so I think he was like, that was very intense. One day when he watches Cobra Kai, he'll understand.
Nice.
It's the best.
I basically sold it to him, though, by saying that. So
don't be a pussy. Sensei Juice.
What just happened? I didn't click that.
Adam, you were there.
did that.
Don't be a pussy.
Don't be a pussy. Yes, sensei. Oh, who's it? Me? Oh, it's me. That's right. So yeah, as I was just talking about pussies, it is Women's History Month, everyone. Girl power. In honor of that, we are.
Wow.
Good job.
We are. My team is full of some people, in modern history, some late 90s, early 2000s TV shows. It's the best time for TV. I don't know. I grew up watching it. Anywho, I don't know if it was the best time. Anyways, we are the again, we are known as the There It Is Course Banquet. We are the Badass Boss Bitches. Of course, our team captain, the one and only Rebecca Welton. Again, if she can manage a Premier League team or own a Premier League team, she can do anything, I think. We're going to have Lucille Blues. She's going to be there talking some Star Wars. Emily Gilmore and her are going to team up. It's going to be great. They're going to be real bitchy. It's lovely. Tammy Taylor, y'all. And, of course, the one and only, the absolutely amazing CJ Craig. Geoff?
Well, I put zero thought into any of this before this started. So
Thank you.
Every choice I made was I made on the spot. So I would have my team be, of course, as I said, it would be God and Satan together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They'd be formidable.
And I don't have a specific team name yet. We'll see if I get to it before the end of this ramble. But for but also I will have a player that will be doing both Star Wars and IG. It will be Air Bud, because like I said, he can do anything and he will do anything. So of course he's going to know where Harloff Minor is. He'll know all that sort of information. And then of course we have NPH, who's going to be just really wrecking shop in the promo department. I think he's really gonna be killing it as like the face for them all. And then Gabriel is really just gonna he'll kill you.
He's gonna be the Mark Edward Hoyk of the team.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He'll be the Mark Edward Hoyk of it. So if you went to the Mint, Mark Edward Hoyt went up on stage, and instead of singing, I think he just talked real low for a bit and then walked away and left.
You know what? Respect.
The Mint was kind of beautiful. Fuck you.
I mean just in terms of like, that's the energy I want from Gabriel. I think that overall the team itself, the faction itself, will be called the Fighting Mongooses, because you can go with Earth A versus Earth 1, or Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth A or Earth B, or you can have Fry say, "What about we could be the Mongooses, the Fighting Mongooses," and that's my team.
All right.
All right. Well, no. How do I say anything else about the team that I drafted tonight?
Quality.
First pick, we have Jim Carrey's Riddler, who promo master downloaded all of pop culture directly into his brain. We have Video Drew, who's going to be doing promos with him. We have Hollywood's James Remar as
Hollywood's James Remar.
Hollywood's great.
Best promo in the biz.
We have Hollywood's James Remar as Lord Raiden. Then we
Fuck you guys.
I love that your lower third is sign. You literally like,
there it is. Then we have Film Critic number 1 from Scream 2. And
Harley Conway.
Patricia Arquette from Stigmata. I mean, if
Her
we're gonna
name
name
was
any
Frankie something.
Listen, if we have a name for this faction of fictional characters, then I think it's got to be.
I don't even know what a jabroni is. I think that's what it should be.
It's the Finstock Exchange.
No.
Oh. I think that
I don't even know what a jabroni is.
I'm gonna clip that out right now. Like literally, I'm pulling up my editing software. We're clipping this stuff right now.
we gotta clip out the lead-in too. But
Geoff, I'm gonna need you to plug some stuff real quick, and then we're gonna roll that beautiful bean footage one more time before we leave here this evening.
I plugged it at the beginning as well. Showing me the
Plug
money.
one more
Please,
time for us.
please subscribe and like the stuff that we do there. And then the Twitter handle is Schmoedown. You can follow me on Twitter at GEOFF1106. That's my Twitter account. Follow it if you dare. Other than that, I don't really do anything of note. I'm not that interesting. I kind of want to watch this as well, just so that way this night can end.
We love you, Geoff. Can we please clip that out as well? Anyways, one more time for us. Roll that beautiful, beautiful bean footage. Hollywood Zone, James Remar.
Hey, Geoff. James Remar here. Lord Raiden from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Hey, pal, I am told that this is from, What the Show? And that you're a jabroni? Okay, man. Well, you got to put down the appletini because the best Raiden said you got to do that, pal, because it is not weak to value life. You know, Shao Kahn and all those jerk-offs out there in Outworld, you know, you don't want nothing to do with those guys. So you're a jabroni. You got to put down the appletini. And What the Show says you only watch a movie once in a calendar year because it's letterboxed. I don't understand any of that, but you know what? I'm coming to you from one of my favorite places in the world. It's Griffith Park here in Los Angeles, near Hollywood, and that's where I live. I work here too. All right, Geoff, you take care, pal. And I guess your buddies love you over at What the Show, and I don't even know what a jabroni is. And and Lord Raiden should know everything because he's the god of thunder. All right, from the best Lord Raiden, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, James Remar saying, Geoff, so long, pal. Put down the appletini.
Can you separately, just because I feel like it would be great for multiple other uses, would be if you clipped out the specific part where James Remar pulls his head back and then just says, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do right now. Yeah.
I'm now gonna put on every profile that I have Orlando, where I live and work.
Yeah. I work here too.
You have no idea how excited I was when we came up with the idea, and I'm scrolling through Cameo and I see James Remar's name pop up. I'm like, oh my god, there it is.
That's very exciting.
One more thing I just gotta say.